Hey guys, Coach Stefan here from the Hot Range. The Hot Range. Come to you live. Well, not really live, but I'm live right now, I hope. From CrossFit Tampa Bay. This is our new location. Obviously, it looks a little bit different from the last time you guys joined us for the rope climb videos. Today, we're going to be talking about ground overhead, shoulder to overhead, and utilizing your entire body as opposed to just doing a strict press or something like that. See, a lot of you guys out there struggling with this movement. You're not using your entire body. You're mostly using a strict press, muscling that weight up, and it's just not a good and efficient way of doing this exercise. So I'm gonna give you some cues today. I'm gonna give you a way to practice this at home and hopefully get you guys moving more efficiently and less frustrated when you encounter these movements on the actual competition day. So stick with me and here we go. All right, guys, not everyone's, well, I've got the implement that most people love to hate, the axle bar. It's a cruel mistress. It causes a lot of damage out there. It causes a lot of frustration because you know what? It's something that most of us don't use or have access to. I've talked a little bit on the Hot Range about how you can actually go out and buy one of these. Most CrossFit gyms, if you're a member of a CrossFit box, you can actually supplement your workout with this. Days where you're doing a clean and jerk or a clean or something, anything that you're using a barbell for. Instead of using regular barbell, you can bring out the axle bar. Most coaches will let you do that. However, you need to ask them first, get the okay. I can't speak on behalf of your gym. I can tell you if you're a member of CrossFit Tampa Bay, I will let you do that and I'll even cue you along the way. But most of us don't have this axle bar. Most of us don't have this at home. So guess what? We're not going to be spending any time with it today. Instead, we're going to be using every CrossFit coach's favorite training tool, the good old PVC pipe. Now, I realize, Coach Stefan, I don't have a PVC pipe at home. Well, you know what? You're in luck. Guess what you probably do have? A broom. Broom handles work fine for this. You can even leave the fuzzy end on there and go to work and clean the house up while you're at it. Just saying. Anything, go out in the backyard, act like you're 6 years old again and find a cool stick and maybe, do some lightsaber drills with it, whatever it takes. Something long, straight to simulate a barbell. In this case, good old friendly PVC pipe. If you want to get one, go to Lowe's, tell them to cut you a section about 4 to 5 feet long. You can practice all these movements all day with this one thing. Now, I'm going to talk about this briefly during this video. But I want to spend more time actually demonstrating the movements and actually talking about some strategy. And I'm also going to talk about some common faults at the end. But we're going to put this in the comments or in the notes for this video. What I'm about to show you is something called the Bergener warm-up. It was developed by Mike Bergener, the just absolute end-all be-all fitness guru in Olympic weightlifting. Mike Bergener, Sage Bergener. Look up their videos for the Bergener warm-up and repeat what they do in that simple warm-up as many times as you feel. It is one of those things, I do it coaching, I do it during the instruction of class, and by me doing that during the warm-up, it's actually improved the quality of my own lifts just by demonstrating it and using that warm-up as part of our classes. So we'll get into that, and hopefully you guys can see, and I'll be able to turn the angles just right so you guys will be able to figure out what I'm doing here. All right, so let's talk about grip and stance a little bit. So we're not gonna be doing any snatching in the Patriot games. I mean, if you're a bad dude, you're an idiot like me, like I did on Lima, and just for showboating, you wanna go out and snatch with the axle bar, by all means, you can modify this warm up in order to use the snatch grip. But in this case, we're going to be using the clean grip. So clean grip, to find it, your hands will be about a thumb width outside of your thighs. For some of us, we may need to go a little bit wider, all right? So the first thing we're going to do during this warm up, we are going to just simply dip. I'm going to send my hips straight down. I'm going to stand and extend and shrug. So you can actually count it out in your head. Just say dip, shrug. Big shrug with the shoulders, get them nice and primed up. You'll notice this bar is going to stay right there close to my body. I'm not going out like this or anything crazy. Dip, go. 3 or 4 reps of that. Next up, you're going to get your elbows involved. Now, when you get your elbows involved, you're going to send them high and outside, right? Like so. We're not sending them back like this. If you're sending them back like this, you're never going to be able to turn that barbell over efficiently. What I mean by that, So we're gonna dip, go, extend. Once you get to the top of your extension and squeeze your butt, then you're gonna pull that barbell nice and close. Now you can see I'm hitting my shirt on the way up. That's how close you want that barbell, all right? Now, I know right now you're thinking, well, what about my plate carrier and all that? Those are things you can adjust for down the line. That comes with training. Right now, we're trying to develop a close barbell path. Again, dip, go, elbows high and outside. We're working on speed through the middle. As you can see, I'm hitting my shirt and it's bringing my shirt up, all right? That's how close you want it. The next thing we're gonna do is a muscle clean. A muscle clean is the actual, it's in the name, right? You're muscling it up. You're not re-dipping underneath. We'll get to that in a second when we start talking about the power clean. So again, dip, go, muscle it up, fast elbows underneath that pipe as you go. Again, dip, go, fast elbows. You have just done basically the Bergener warm-up. Now, how does this all go together? Pretty simply put, what I'm really focusing on right now is the barbell path. So again, if you just fast forwarded through me droning on, you're gonna do your shrug, 3 of those, elbows high and outside, 3 of those, then 3 muscle cleans. Fast elbows. That's the Bergener warm-up. Now we're gonna move on. We're gonna talk a little bit about your setup positions on going from ground and then going from the hang. All right, so setup position. You want your feet approximately anywhere between hip and shoulder width apart, all right? Mobility challenge, you'll probably push more towards shoulder. For those of us that have better hip mobility, we're gonna get right almost underneath the hips, all right? When I set up, my back is gonna be nice and flat. None of this business, obviously I'm exaggerating. Problem is when you roll your back, particularly when you got your plate carrier on and a pistol belt, you're setting yourself up for injury. So practice, get in the mirror, video yourself. Hell, send it to the Hot Range Instagram. I'll give you my opinion of it, all right? Get set up, back nice and flat. Now, you can do those same movements that we just did in the Bergener warm-up from here, all right? And that can include going as slow as you want till you get above the knee and then fast extension. You'll notice, I'm gonna step back a little bit so you can see my feet. My natural tendency as I extend is to go up onto my toes. That's because I've extended so hard that it's carrying my body up, and that's okay, all right? Don't fight for that. It doesn't matter when we're out there competing. It doesn't matter. You're not being judged by some sort of Olympic coach, all right? We're working towards efficiency. So you can take all 3 of those movements that we just did for the Bergener and do the same thing. Fast shrug, fast elbows, and finally, fast muscle clean. All right, so that's going from the ground. The next is the hang. So when I set up for the hang, I see a lot of you guys starting right here. I don't know what the hell you're doing. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Then I see you do some crazy stuff where you're doing this number from here and you're lifting and you're going all crazy and you're muscling it up there. Stop doing that. You know the Michael Jordan meme? Just stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. When you set up at the hang, it'd be about mid-thigh, right? My back is nice and flat again. My knees are bent. What does this mean? Now I can get my legs involved, right? My legs can move that barbell instead of my arms and smoking out my upper body. You can practice those same 3 movements from the hang. Shrug, elbows high and outside, muscle clean. All coming from the hang position. All with a PVC pipe that will directly translate into that axle bar. Practice those movements. That's it for the warm-up. Now we're going to talk a little bit about strategies for your actual lifts, push press versus push jerk, and then common faults. All right, so I demonstrated the Bergener, right? Now, when we're actually lifting and we're actually competing, we don't want to use a muscle clean. We're going to use a power clean. And what that's going to mean is simply when I come up and I extend and I squeeze my butt at the top and I start to pull everything, I'm gonna move my feet and dip underneath that barbell a little bit. That's gonna cut out some of that travel and alleviate some of that strain you guys have where you're trying to get it up here in the first place. So again, a power clean. You're actually gonna hear my feet move, and I'm gonna move back and demonstrate it one time so you can see my feet actually move for this. So I'm coming from the hang, and then I'm gonna stand, all right? That's getting the barbell up from either the ground or from the hang position. I watch my feet on this one. Hopefully Jeremy doesn't crop this too bad. Notice my feet will move about an inch in either direction as I stand, right? I'm gonna come, ready, go, and then stand. That's getting the barbell up, so now you can take it overhead. Now the fun part. Everybody's wanting to know how I can get this thing overhead as efficiently as possible. You notice I'm gonna take my hat and I'm gonna turn it around backwards, right? It's not because I'm almost 50 years old and I'm trying to prove to these kids that I'm still cool and I got it, right? How do, fellow kids? That's not why. The reason why my hat's on backwards is because if I pushed it overhead with my bar path, because I've been doing this for a long time, I would knock the hat off. That's how close you want that barbell. Now, word of caution, get your face out of the way. For you guys that have been doing this a long time and you're watching this and you're thinking, well, this idiot's just telling me shit I already know. Let me tell you something. You do not practice with the axle bar enough. Even me has had an accident with the axle bar. And actually in the long run, it ended up costing me a tooth, all right? Get the head backing out of the way as you press overhead. You catch yourself when you're doing lots of reps and you're on the clock and you catch yourself under the chin, it's a bad day, all right? So for the sake of argument here, we've already gotten the barbell into the front rack position. It doesn't matter if it's coming from the ground, it doesn't matter if it's coming from the hang, I've gotten the barbell here, right? Now, most of you guys, and this is where every time I see it, I just want to run out there and start coaching. You know, it's in my blood. I love coaching. I love helping people. I hate seeing people struggle, which is why I'm doing this video. But most of you guys are doing a strict press, right? Your head out of the way and you're just muscling overhead. Guys, the muscles in your legs, even little Lucas from T-Rex Arms has bigger muscles in his thighs than he does in his arms, all right? God, I love getting that free shot in there. Use your entire body. Now, what I mean by that, you can do a couple of different things here. You can do a push press where you're gonna dip. You've cleaned that barbell up. You're gonna make a quick dip and push it overhead. Again, dip, drive, punch. You can go a little bit further into that. If you're really fighting for it, a little bit further into that and drive overhead. Squeeze that butt at the top and push that barbell overhead using those legs. Stop doing it just with your shoulders. You're doing nothing but wasting energy, all right? And in something like Lima, where you had rope climbs immediately followed by that hang to overhead, 3 rounds of that, you're going right back and using your shoulders again. All right, save that energy. The next one that I love, and you see me do it a lot, you see anybody that spends time in a CrossFit gym, you see us doing this, is the push jerk. Now there's a gotcha at the end of this, so make sure you're paying attention and don't fast forward to the end of it. All right, so with the push jerk, you're gonna dip, drive, punch that barbell underneath and push yourself under it, all right? And what you're doing is taking about another 3 to 4 inches out of the travel that barbell is gonna have going overhead, right? So you're pushing yourself underneath it as much as you're trying to send it overhead. Now, you'll notice, when I do a push jerk, I end up right here. If you bring that barbell back down, and Jesse's got a judge that's been paying attention, and especially if you do it at the tactical games, because a lot of their RSOs are CrossFitters, you're getting no reps right there. You've just wasted energy. Why? Because the standards say hips, knees fully extended with the barbell locked out overhead. So when you hit that push jerk, stand at the end, then bring that barbell down. That's one common fault, all right? The next common fault, and Jesse actually asked me to specifically mention this one, guys not locking out. We've all seen it in pictures. They'll get the barbell overhead and they're right here and they're calling it good, all right? If you are bent like this at the top of your rep and you bring it back down, that's gonna be a no rep as well. Lock that barbell out overhead. All the way out, you'll feel the shoulders lock, then bring it back down, all right? Follow those tips, guys, and just use the larger muscles in your body to actually move that weight as opposed to using all of the upper body, all right? So I'm gonna demonstrate using the axle bar so you guys get to see what it looks like at full speed and give you guys an idea of things that you can use and that you can apply as a summary kind of for what I've just said, all right? All right, so we got our friend the axle bar here. For this movement, come up to the actual event. It's gonna be ground overhead. You're gonna come up, you're gonna hate life. You know what, let me back up just a second. When you come up to that barbell, if you look at it and those plates have dug into the ground, good 6 or 7 inches, and it's basically looking like a low rider with the axle sitting on the ground, take that barbell, roll it back out of that hole a little bit. Unless there's a box that has been defined by the event that the barbell cannot leave, move it out of those holes a little bit, or take it and slide it to the side a little bit. That way, those of us that did Frostproof and can remember the junkyard stage, were basically with that heavy deadlift, we were basically, in my case, I was basically pulling 225 or whatever was on that bar from my asshole. Like, it was literally dug in on both sides. And I was in such a rush that I stuck with it because I got a pretty heavy deadlift for being a tall, skinny guy. I got a pretty heavy deadlift. So for me, it wasn't that big a deal. For someone else, that might be a huge deal. So take a couple minutes before you actually start the stage to set your weight up the way that you want it. All right. So we're coming up, we know it's gonna be ground to overhead. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna run up to the barbell. I've got it. Step back so you can see it. I've got it at mid shin, all right? So that's coming off the ground. It's heavy, so I'm still pretty fresh. So I'm gonna do a push press. Pull it, clean it, go stand up. Sorry for that mic feedback. Dip drive, punch. All right, back down to the ground, same thing. Dip drive, punch. Overhead. So now I've gotten kind of smoked. Now I need to go to my push jerk. Same thing. Pull it off the ground, catch it, dip drive, push underneath, stand. From the front. So now, one thing I want you guys to keep in mind, the plates do not rotate on this bad boy like they do on an Olympic barbell, right? So you see guys fighting it and getting their grip smoked because they're just death gripping this thing and rolling their hands back into crazy positions. When you get fast, and this is where our speed through the middle comes into play and really working on those fast elbows high and outside and that quick extension. When you get fast with this, when you start this pull and get that big extension, you can let go, slightly let go, and let the bar rotate in your hands. See, when I pull it, watch my hands, I actually let go. Now, when there's weights on there, it's not gonna roll back on me like that, but I actually let go slightly so the barbell can roll, all right? Don't smoke your grip out, death gripping this thing. From the hang, same thing we talked about with the PVC pipe. Back nice and flat, shoulders just in front of the barbell, stand, extend, clean it. That was a push jerk, back down, back to the hang, and extend, finish locked out. Simple stuff, guys, that you can incorporate and train at home using that broomstick, all right? Or PVC pipe if you're feeling sassy. All right, so that's the end of the video, guys. Just quick recap, things to look up. Virginer warm-up, power clean, push press, push jerk. Finding videos, there's tons of them out there on how to do those movements, can completely change the way that you actually do these movements and make you more efficient. Now, one thing that I didn't mention earlier, talk briefly about your plate carrier. Now, those of you that are running tons of magazines and things up front, you have to adjust for this. You simply just adjust the bar path to come out a little bit, but not too far. The further out, when you pull, that bar gets away as you extend, the further it gets away from you, the more the drive that you lose from your legs, all right? That's why, personally, me, when I'm doing anything ground to overhead, hang to overhead, if you see me doing that, I don't have a placard on front. All my mags tucked underneath. Pistol mags way back so they're not getting in the way of the bar path, all right? The closer you can keep that bar to your body, the better off you're gonna be. Common faults, knees and hips fully extended, barbell totally locked out overhead. All right, so go practice it. If there's something else you want to see any of us demonstrate, and O'Brien's working on a sandbag demo, if there's any other movements that you want to see, please drop it in the comments, send us a DM on Instagram, carrier pigeon, whatever. We're happy to demonstrate it. And hopefully I can get my hands on strongman log, get a friend of mine that is a strongman competitor to do some demo with that, because my way of doing it is absolute trash. First one to admit it, and we'll get you guys going there as well. So again, go practice this and hope to see you out there on the range. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.